Hey guys, welcome back to Everything Money. We do tons of videos on stock analysis. We talk about businesses, our thoughts on but this is totally different. This video, we're going to bring you Paul and Mo's thoughts. Paul, you recently decided that you wanted to start trading. You've said in the past that some of the things don't speak to you, and if you don't understand it, you're not going to get into it. But this is new for you. Announce to our followers and all of YouTube what you're planning on doing with Mo moving forward. I was stoked about this. Go ahead.
So one of the things I always talk about in this channel is I've got 8 or 9 businesses. I've got formerly 1,000 units apartments down to 600. We sold a few. We're going to have 3,000 or 4,000 apartments in the next 10 years. I've got this YouTube channel. I've got stocks. I've got options. I got all these ways of making money. And I don't mean that in a cocky way. I mean that this is all the more reason why you've got to look at your current situation and how you invest. But I also have a desire to build a home somewhere in the next 3 or 4 years. So I have the stockpile of cash sitting somewhere because I want to build a second home somewhere. Well, the stockpile of cash is sitting there doing nothing. So I've seen the last year and a half, Mo day trading, Mo swing trading, Mo doing all these long-term trades, and I see his bid and ask nation going phenomenally well. Seth, one of our mutual friends, guy you went to college with, one of the few Ohio State fans that I actually like in this world. He's a doctor, guys. He's an anesthesiologist, and he's done phenomenal day trading. He's up 6% in the last 3 months trading his money. That's a 24% return in a year that he's on pace for. He's like, Paul, I just follow the rules. And it made me think to myself, okay, I have this cash sitting aside, and I don't want to put it in long-term investments that might take a long time to see their way through. Let me start trading. So Mo and I decided that he's going to teach me day trading. We have 2 videos out so far. Is it 2 videos, Mo, or we've only released 1?
2.
We have 2 videos out where Mo and I day trade. And to start, he's just teaching me day trading. We're not putting the money into play. However, I'm going to put a portion of the money that I'm using for the house into day trading right now. It's going to be $500,000 of my own money. I'm going to show it every day. And we're going to get some people involved, and we're going to day trade this starting in January with real actual dollars, day trading to try to make some money. And this is really exciting for me because I've never done this before. I've never done any sort of day trading, but to me, I have this money sitting in cash in an account that's going to sit there. So instead of making 0.1 or 0.2% a year in interest, I'm going to try to make whatever I can from it. If I can make 20, 24% a year just by day trading, that's awesome. I'm not looking at this as a way to save for retirement. I'm looking at it as a way of generating cash, generating earnings on my cash so I can use that money to build a house or live off of it. Like, oh, I made extra money this year. Let me go use that to spend on something that I really wanted that I didn't save for or I didn't account for. So Mo, are you excited about this, Mo?
Yeah, I'm excited because it's going to get me back into day trading. So you guys that do this, it's a monotonous process. And Paul, I told you, because Paul always said, why don't you day trade consistently? It's a boring process, especially if you're doing it by yourself. It's a lot of sitting and waiting. So the good thing is now I have a partner to do it with, and Paul and I are going to do it together. And of course, we have you guys to do it with us. So I'm excited for it. I used to day trade for a living. That's how I literally, from 2015 or 2014 through 2017 or 2016, I literally day traded every single day. It was 10 o'clock in the morning to 11:30. I would sit there, make my trades, and I would be done. And it's a great way to generate income. It's just, it's the mental thing. Can you sit there and mentally withstand and not go after things and just follow the rules? And you're going to do well. If you follow the rules, you are going to do well. MJ's perfect example of that.
Yeah, Paul, we've talked about, we've been blessed in that, and just in the past year, we first developed one of the most successful Patreon pages in the whole world. And now we've had our users go to Everything Money, switch over to Everything Money. You can get our software and access to us at both places, everythingmoney.com and Patreon. But Paul, we always say there are probably better investors and better traders in this community, which you can join as a viewer. And sure enough, Paul, I'm getting that FOMO because the friend that we're speaking of just 6 months ago, him and his wife were hesitant to even come out of a 1.5% high interest, even to invest any money at all. And now all of a sudden he's sending me texts about trades. And I'm like, wait a minute, how did he just lap me in terms of investing and trading? And so, Paul, I think a lot of the viewers out there will be excited to see your process. And I'd be interested, Mo, I'm always chomping at the bit. My schedule's a little different from your guys's, but I'd love to at some point commit to this. Maybe it's January. So moving forward, if Paul's jumping on board, what can our viewers think? If the viewers want to get on this ride with us, or at least watch, what do we have in store for everything money?
So here's how I trade, and I'm not going to deviate from it. I'm going to go from 10 o'clock in the morning till about 11:30, or as time permits. We're gonna try to do that at least twice a week. And when we do that, the idea is that we're going to go live to our community. So we're going to try to get it. Paul, I think we can say this as time goes on, we're going to try to make this more of a concrete schedule, 2 days a week, because we want to do this. So anytime that we're trading, we're going to try to go live for you guys, just based on the internet connection. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's how you're going to be able to get involved, and you're going to be able to see us do it in real time. So.
And Paul, is this going to be live for all? Is this going to be live for all of YouTube or just our community?
That's a good question. I think just our community to start, because we really love our community and they pay to have access to us. We want to have them really enjoy. Plus, there's people in the Bid and Ask Nation who are paying money to learn, and we want them to learn from it. So I think it's joining our community and getting involved. Now, it's not going to be just Bid and Ask people. It's going to be open to the entire community, whether you pay $20 a month or $100 a month. You're going to get access to this. The main key takeaway here is we're actually going to also bring on people in the community. So our goal is this. The hard part about day trading is keeping track of all the stocks. So Mo keeps track of 3 or 4 stocks. I keep track of 3 or 4 stocks. We also want to bring in 3 or 4 other people and say to them, you're in charge of these 3, you're in charge of these 3. And then when they hit our parameters, they chime in and say, hey, this one's hit a parameter, go look at it. And then when we hit the attributes, we put our trade in and we get ready for it. Because what I found is if you're waiting around for just 3 or 4 stocks to hit, you're going to be waiting around a while. But if we have 5 or 6 people each looking at 3 or 4 stocks, now we're looking at 20 stocks, and they're going to be more likely to hit within that hour and a half period. I would love to be able to do this every single day, but again, my schedule is different. I mean, we try to coordinate just recording schedules. It's hard at times. It's like Seth's got a wedding business and another business. Mo, actually, this is pretty much all Mo does.
I stare at the wall. Outside of market hours, I stare at the wall.
I love that, Paul. You're like, and then Mo is he's not that busy at all. He just trades all day. So, I was going to say, Paul, let me cut you off, Paul, because I want to be very clear with everyone out there. If you watch other YouTubers, they may claim to have some crazy secrets that they're holding back from the world, and if you pay them and join their Patreon, you're now going to get access. This is not a secret. There are no secrets, folks. This is discipline and following rules. And so I want you guys to, for those following along and like to, can we clearly define what our goals for this are? This is not, we're not going to be trading a Bitcoin expecting a 17% returns per hour. Boys, tell the viewers what you're expecting and your goals moving forward for this.
And let me answer this because I'm the guy coming in new on this one. So first off, I want everybody to hear this and go, there are multiple ways to skin a cat. I'm a value investor, but I do acknowledge that there are processes that work outside of value investing that can make money. That's the first thing. Second thing, what you can expect is I'm going to take money that is just sitting on the sideline doing nothing for me, that I don't have earmarked for another 3 to 5 years, and I'm going to figure out a way to make money every single day on it. That's it. But I've already got all my savings, my businesses, my real estate, everything all on the side that are doing well for me. So remember that when, like our mutual friend who invests, who does day trading, he's a doctor who makes very good income and he only trades $25,000 of money off his money off that because he's trying to get into it. I joke with him and say, hey, when are you going to quit being a doctor and do this full time? And he laughs. And I'm like, well, maybe he will. Who knows? But the whole point is we're trying to use money that we don't need because I don't want to sit there and go, oh my God, what happened to my retirement nest egg? Start with $10,000. Start with $5,000. Mo, you can start with $5,000 and just trade a few stocks and go all in and make. Actually, probably do better than I would on $500,000, right?
Yeah. You could start. I mean, you guys could start with $1,000 if you wanted to. It's the dollar amount returns that you're going to get. But again, eventually you might have $1,000 now. Eventually, you're going to have $100,000. You're going to have $10,000. You're learning this. So when you get to that point of having $100,000, you're not like, oh, damn, well, now what do I do? No, you just hit the ground running at that point, and because you know exactly what to do.
And I keep saying my goal is, let's say I start with $500,000 and I build it in a year at 800,000. My goal is not to build that 800,000. My goal is to take the 300,000 and put it towards the project I'm working on personally and start again the next year with $500,000 just to see how much it builds. There are going to be days that are really great. There's going to be days that aren't going to be great. That's just the way it is. I got a text from our mutual friend. By the way, Mo, we have a member of our group, our Bitness Nation, who started the year with $25,000. What's he at now?
Last I checked, which was about 2 months ago, so he started at 24,000 and he was over 80,000. That was about 2 months ago.
But he is a really, really good disciplined day trader.
What the F?
And yeah, exactly. What the F is right.
And that was not adding more money to the account, by the way.
That was just purely on growth.
Yep.
But again, he's stuck by the rules. He's very disciplined. That's what it takes to be a good, and anything having to do with money is the discipline about it. That's it.
And guys, if you go watch the video that we did, that Paul and I recorded, that day we had multiple losses. It's going to happen. But the idea is that we mitigated risk there. You're going to have days where the stocks just run and you're just piling up the cash. The idea is to mitigate risk on the downside and capitalize on those runs to the upside. You're going to have days where you lose. That's the reality.
Yeah, just 2 days ago, that mutual friend of Seth and I, his name's Mike, he texted me and goes, I just made 2.4% on one trade in 45 minutes on my lunch break. So he put $10,000 into one trade, made 240 on his lunch break. Not bad. And I joked with him. I said, do that every single day and you just have an extra $50,000. You put that towards your retirement, just put an ETF. That's an extra $8.2 million in your retirement just by doing that for 45 minutes. That's the math, guys. It's just math. Now, we're making it sound easier. Yeah, but the hard part isn't the process. The hard part is right here. The hard part is right here. No, not actually right here. It's can you stomach the fluctuations? And that's what we're here to have fun with. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to put the money into it. And I'm going to say, guys, I believe in this. I'm going to do it.
That's our take. If you want to follow along, join the community, everythingmoney.com or patreon.com/everythingmoney. You can get into the Discord chat. We have over 6,000 people talking about this. You can join the Bitness Nation where Mo walks you through trades on a daily basis, daily videos. You'll get exclusive videos. We see in the comments, why don't you guys analyze those secretive stocks like Unilever and Tupperware? We do videos just for our community on a daily basis, and you'll have access to them. So that's our take, Paul. This is exciting. I'm excited for you. I'd love to join you guys very soon. We all have the time in our life to maybe get this done, and I'm starting to get that FOMO. So at some point, I'd love to jump in. I'll certainly be hosting the show and bringing your questions as they trade, guys. So that's our take. Fondle thumbs up. Watch more of our videos, over 1,200 videos, and stay tuned for this wild ride that Paul's going to go on. So we'll see you next video, guys.